Now we just finished making the short rails. We're going to go ahead and make the long rail in this video. So let's go ahead and go up to your new part file, create a 2D sketch, and we'll pick this back plane here. Let's go to your 2-point rectangle. And this is going to be the exact same format we used before, only this time instead of it being 10 1/4, this is going to be 14 inches long. And we're still sticking with the 2.5 tall. So let's extrude this out. And this is still going to be 3/4 of an inch, so 0.75. Just like before, we're going to prep this for taking over to the bandsaw. So here you have your block of wood. You're going to draw on the top of one of the faces, how far over and how far up you're going to cut out. Just make sure you're snapping to the corner. You're not missing that at all. And just like before, we're going to go ahead and dimension this to where it's going to be 1/2 inch from the top, and the distance in between the two is going to be 1 13/16. And last thing you want to do is put in the distance over, and that is, where is that shown? That is shown 1 1/8, so 1.125, eighth of an inch. Using our equals tools, we can set the things across from it to be equal. So I want to make sure that's the same length as this is the same length as this, and this is the same height as this. Okay, looks good. And again, I just have the 3 dimensions, but because I use my geometric constraints, I save some time here. And we're going to switch to cutting mode. Remove these 4 sections. I like to change my distance to all. We'll take a look at the top, make a new sketch. And again, we have to project the geometry of the rectangles on the left and the right side. Again, I'm going to use my rectangle tool and snap to the corner first and then over to the line. And because we already made the one cut, I don't have to measure how far over I'm going. This part's already set. The only thing I do have to measure is how thick these are. Okay, so this is supposed to be 3/16. Not 3 1/16, sorry. 3/16. So 1.875. Oop, not ready for that yet either. Let's look back at this. Wow, getting all kinds of turned around. Sorry about that. Alright. I tried this before. It's still going to give me the same problem. It's not going to let me pick just the endpoints here. So instead, I'm going to use dimension, and I'm going to reference this. So I have this highlighted. I click on this other dimension, and it's going to make it be the exact same. This saves you from having to type anything, so you can just keep your mouse in your hand and just click away. Now we can finish the sketch and cut. So we say extrude, but we are going to cut, change your distance to all, and we are cutting through each of these sections here for the profile. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, just like before, we know this is, how thick is this? 3/8 of an inch. So if we go chamfer, distance, we type in 3/8, and the edges are going to be there and there. Click OK. And now we get to come back in and make a new sketch here. Same as before. It's like we're going to take this over to the table saw, Table saw blade is going to be 1/8 of an inch thick, so I type in 0.125. We're going to make sure the blade is going to be 1/4 inch off of this edge, and we're also going to make sure with our coincident constraint, whatever you want to call it. Oop, missed it. We're just going to click on the corner and say that's going to come all the way up to this little tab that we made. Let's extrude that out. So we're going to cut, change your distance to all. For some reason it doesn't like picking the profile after I do that, so I have to click off and click back on for the profile button. That's okay. And let's make a second sketch on here. This time we're taking it over to the router, so we're going to use our circle tool, snap it to this line, and have it be tangent to this face here. And we're going to measure up 1/2 inch, 0.5, same thing we did before. Look at it from this other angle. We are, wrong thing. If you hold down Control and click, you can unselect things. Deselect. We're going to cut, change your distance to all, and click OK. Alright, and now we're going to change this to wood. We'll keep it birch. And we are going to save this as your long rail. So we're going to type in the word long rail and save this file, and you're done and ready for the next video.